let's try this out. So who here has tried out who here has actually tried out this game? Because I know some card game nerds. Wait a second. Oh, it's a multiple choice quiz. Dude, I haven't had one of these since like high school. Hi, my name is Ix the Axolotl. Actually, how do you pronounce it? Is it Axolotl? Because that's what people say, but I don't know. Isn't that like Mayan or something? Welcome to Mythgard. Before we get started, can you tell me how familiar you are with collectible card games? Most of my net worth is comprised of collectible. Nothing more legendary than you've pulled, little guy. When I hear someone say tap that, the first thing that comes to mind is turning a card sideways. Most of my net worth is comprised of collectible cards. I mean, that's not true. Enough of that little toad. I am Sapo the Devourer. What's the best way to avoid getting devoured? Make new friends on the Mythgard Discord. Brew up a great off-meta deck. Share my feedback or just run faster. Wait, what does this actually do? I'm gonna press B because that's... I'm very curious what this does, because the first one is obviously the tutorial, and I guess like A and C will link me to those in particular. I guess? I don't know. It's just for fun? Oh, okay. You almost got devoured. I bet you're glad I'm back. Would you like more questions? Nope, let's get the story started. Everyone unlocks more cards. Nope, what possible use could learning the rules have? Take me to the main menu. Main menu. Okay. No bad ending. Oh, dude, did we get the bad ending? Oh,
The day I break out.
well, here it is. The day I break out of prison. Truth is, this place didn't always feel so bad. You see my boyfriend. Oh.
He's kind of a big deal. Ruler of the dead. The king of darkness. Grand poobah of pretension. Don't tell him about that last one. But when he left, he was all, "Do not leave
Volume
the
too low.
protection
Wait a second,
of this realm." So now, that's a law. Fast forward, he's been missing for
How's this?
centuries. The jerk. So, screw it. I'm leaving. Just gonna pop out, find my mom.
This is actually how I felt with
I know why it's
Underlords
been 1,000
lately.
years since anyone bothered to stop by.
Oh god. Oh, now it's too loud. Fuck. Because you said volume up. Then okay, you knew this would happen, dude. You set me up. Jesus, dude.
The gatekeeper. Great guy. He might be the only one still doing his job around here. He's about to have a terrible day.
Dude, this is like an actual
I feel kinda
cutscene.
bad.
The gatekeeper, ancient and narrow of focus. It knows only the decree of its master. Entering the realm is permitted. Leaving is not.
Dude, I'm getting really immersed in this lore.
This
Is that
door
Venom?
is not yours to take.
This is actually, I'm getting my lore on right now.
It's been long enough. I think it's time we ease up on the
Not
whole
enough card games have like this lore opener, you know?
My queen, none can change the decrees of the realm, save its lord. Not even you.
Figured you'd see it that way. Have you heard of the Bat of Persuasion?
I have not.
Like a sex toy. What is this? So it's just like a bat. Oh, it's a fight. Wait a second. Okay. So there's 6 colors apparently. So some of you guys, apparently this game has like a shit ton of core set cards. What did you say, okay? Like 400 or something? 6 colors. Play minions and use them to attack the gatekeeper. Life to
First thing I need to
0.
do
So life
is
at
burn a
10.
card.
This is just
Burning
tutorial
a card
life.
gives me 1 mana and 1 gem. Mana and gems refresh every turn.
So, this is, I believe, the system used in the World of Warcraft TCG, not Hearthstone, obviously. Where you can, any card can basically be a land. Like, instead of a land system, you just burn a card to get 1 mana. So, like, you can play any card as a land. Drag the Chloe Sunshine to the bottom of the screen to burn that card. So this is a 4/4/5. It's a Yeti.
Alright, that Minotaur costs 1 mana and 1 red gem.
Minotaur.
Now,
That's
let's
adorable.
start by summoning this Minotaur.
Oh, this. Aww.
Most minions are sluggish when they're first created. It should perk up the next turn. That's a good
Okay.
start, but the gatekeeper won't step aside without a
So
fight.
so far, it's Magic rules with a better land system. It was the system in Duel Masters 2? Yeah, Duel Masters 2. This game has artifacts lane system, but way better. Wait, there's
Cards
lanes?
always cost both mana and gems. Burning cards builds up my resources. After a few turns, I'll be able to play more powerful cards. I should burn this Forlorn Spirit.
Cost mana and gems. Fuck are gems?
Alright! Now I have 2 mana to use each turn.
Listen, I checked the thing that says I play fucking card games.
Drag the other Forlorn Spirit from your hand to any lane.
Come play.
Awaken. Battle Cry. Deal 1 damage to each enemy player.
It looks like that Minotaur is ready to start fighting. Minions threaten the 3 lanes in front of them.
Oh, it's like artifacts.
Tell the Minotaur to attack the gatekeeper.
Minotaur to attack. Wait, I get to choose which arrows I get? You mean it's not just like a random roll for what it attacks?
Nice! A few more of those and we'll have him beat.
Revolutionary. Oh, that's neat. I just came here. How much Valve fuck up Underlords that you're playing another game? I don't know.
He played a minion to block my attack. I need to find a way to get attacks through.
I need to find a way to get attacks here. Minions cannot attack the player if there are blockers in any of the 3 opposing lanes.
I could use an ignition to deal 2 damage to that Hellion.
Deal 2 damage to anyone. I like my drinks on ice and my enemies on fire.
Nothing stands in the way now. Make sure both the Minotaur and the Forlorn Spirit attack.
Okay.
Yes! Oops, I almost forgot to burn a card this turn. Pick one and burn it.
This is literally teaching us bad habits. This is literally teaching us to, like... I guess if we had nothing to play. It's letting me choose which one I want to give away.
Finish
Nice.
off the gatekeeper.
Do I still have a combat phase? Mission. And not enough games let you actually like fuck yourself over during the tutorial. I wonder what actually happens if I lose this, because almost every tutorial in every game ever literally doesn't let you do shit like I just did. What will happen if I try to lose this? Oh, you can move! Can you move and attack? Oh, dude. It's like positioning. Banish the top 4 cards of your opponent's boneyard? That's like, guys, I don't know, man. Card games do this, where like they just change the words to be different. Would they really get into legal trouble if they said graveyard? Everything says graveyard. That can't even like... Okay. So he just doesn't attack, huh? That's how I can't lose? He's juking me. You can't make penis jokes about a graveyard though? That's a very good point. I'm with it. Have you played this game, Grunt? Form up? A lot of my friends have played this game. This guy isn't letting me lose. So wait, I can't. So I can move here, and I can ignite this, and then I can attack here, and then I can attack here. So I can't move and attack on the same turn. Fascinating. Neat. Okay.
Come play.
It's kind of interesting. The positioning elements is interesting. I tried to download it before and failed. Yeah, downloads can be tricky sometimes. Sea Fire. Deal 5 damage to a minion. Vulcans favor left to the Byzantine Navy with little need for such tricks as pine resin or sulfur. 50 XP. You win. Nice.
You risk.
So where should I move my camera here, guys? I wasn't paying enough attention to the HUD.
Ugh, it's been 1,000 years. Anyone reasonable will see it my way.
You risk everything.
Okay. Tell you what, if your boss drops by, tell him I'm looking for my mom. And maybe I wouldn't mind if he called.
Next mission. Nice. Ooh.
She emerges
Oh,
in a
it just
dark
keeps going.
corner of a city she does not know. The world is not as it was. Mortals have remade the horizon with their towers of glass.
This is like an interesting world, I guess. I'm not one of those guys that like jerks off to like world lore,
At least
but
the puppies are cuter here.
I don't know. I mean, whatever.
What's your deal, little wolf?
I like the Greek mythology. Yeah, most of what I've learned about world history actually came from playing Atlantica online.
Shadows. It lurks, hoping for scraps of the underworld's power.
Little godling, you look lost. For but a taste of your power, I'll help you find your way.
She has stood beside the Lord of Nightmares. This broken creature gives her little pause.
Hey,
Voice acting pog.
loser. If it's power you want a taste of,
Oh, the bat. But wait, now this is like a battle, right? So the bat is just like a metaphor? I don't get it. Okay. So you draw 7 card hands. There might have been a maze in the back of the coloring book. That's adorable. Use your minions
just
carefully
like last
to
game,
defeat
I'm going to
this
start by
foe.
burning a card. Cards I burn get shuffled back into my deck.
Yeah. I don't need this 4-drop.
That Strigoi pup will attack every turn if I don't stop it.
That
I need to put down a blocker of my own. Summon a Minotaur into one of the 3 lanes opposite
Blocker?
the Strigoi pup.
I have more health than him. Shouldn't I go aggro on the edge? Fuck you, game.
The Minotaur won't be blocking the Strigoi pup there,
Dude,
but
I do like that the tutorials actually let you do things that they don't want you to. I like that. There's like no game I've ever played like where the tutorial doesn't just like say this is what you have to do. This is actually kind of cool. Health, strength. So it seems to use like Hearthstone combat rules where it's like attacker's advantage, summoning sickness, but with movement. Okay. Press to end turn. So I'm erasing the lifesteal unit. Wait, what now? This has lifesteal? Life tap. Oh, whoops. That Strigoi Pup is gonna get some damage, dude. Next time create a block. Okay, whatever. Uh-oh. Helion. Minotaur. Okay. I mean, Chloe Sunshine actually seems more useful than Forlorn Spirit, right? So we just want to develop both of our ones. Forlorn doesn't really do enough. I can just take an effective trade here, redevelop on the sides. The question is, here's the question. In general, obviously it depends on a few things, but would you rather play here or here? I mean, the center in theory is Okay.
My
What are we
minion
doing?
can attack either enemy.
Pick one that you think is most
dangerous
dangerous on
and
attack. Aw, it's
That
telling us
scruffy
which one is.
vampire has lurker.
It's
It'll
hard
be
to attack
it
directly unless it's
unless it's alone.
So it has to be with no neighbors. Enemies must attack other blocking minions before a lurker. Okay, cool. So we go like Forlorn Spirit. I mean, I guess we want to like spread out our blockers
Come
a bit.
play.
That's cool.
I might want to burn a card before ending this.
Okay, listen. Whatever. So what are gems? When you burn a card, it gives you... So the mana goes away every turn and the gem doesn't? Am I understanding that right? Because there's the mana cost and then there's the gem cost? Breach. Triggers when dealing direct combat damage to a player, so it grows every time it deals direct damage. And this is the lurker guy from before. So we can burn. We have 4-1 Demise, Death Wedge, draw a card, pretty useless here. Divination 3, top 2 cards of your deck, put one to put on top, shuffle the rest. We can develop both of these, I think that's fine. Go ahead and burn this. We'll play Chloe Sunshine later, maybe. We have like good enough trade values here.
Pick a card.
We want to get this out nice and early. Ignition. This is probably better. Not that it matters. I mean, why am I tryharding this? So this is only in the air because I can attack with it, right? It's not like flying or anything. You just take trades. Okay. Alright. And there's got to be some kind of like flying effect here. Gems are another resource. Oh, Charmer, do you like this game? Second form of mana that interacts with colors. Okay, cool. I think I like the mana system of this game. It seems to make a lot of sense. 4-1's no good here. So basically by playing it here, I'm controlling more of the center, but I'm allowing him to juke left once to force me to also juke left once, but it's really fucking annoying because he wins that exchange, so I should play it here, right in front of him. I mean, yeah, who knows? Maybe. Okay. This is pretty interesting. I'm down with it. Okay, cool. Okay. We should just have lethal here, right? I think I just accidentally clicked on that. Cool. Okay, so gold, resources, Ichor Feast, draw 3 cards and lose 3 life. Whoa. I assume it's on a 20 life system. These games we have like less than 20 because, of course, they're tutorial games. Draw 3 cards and lose 3
listen
life.
up. Getting grabby
Sounds
in
pretty
an
good.
alleyway is never okay.
What are you?
That's not listening. That's talking.
I mean, he was asking a question.
You
I mean,
smell
asking
like
questions
summer,
is kind of listening.
Like darkness overwhelming. Are you a god?
Even if I am, there are way bigger gods.
I don't understand this lore verse at all.
No, the real gods have been gone for so long. You are going to change everything.
I'm not here to change anything. I just want to find my mom.
Woof. Did you see that? Okay, so there's like, how many of these missions are there? It's a tutorial path. I don't really mind these. Probably like 4 or 5 of them.
Watch it. Vampires are fair game.
Is this
but
dog
this
my
is
next
not
opponent?
okay.
Oh my fucking god, it is.
All right, little wolf. Enough.
Jesus. What the hell? It's more of a campaign than a tutorial? Wait, really? Should I just skip this then? Karen Henge. Occupying minion has
You can
+1
zoom in
+1.
on any card to learn what.
So occupying, does that mean when the minion's on that tile, it's a 1-tile enchantment, or is it like adjacency? Yeah, it's a 1-tile enchantment. So it's like a land effect, like a, what do they call them in Yu-Gi-Oh? Field effects, kind of. That's kind of cool, I guess. Sure. Okay. I mean, this is like this game definitely uses like more positioning than like. It's like outside of Duelist, which kind of doesn't really count. It's probably the card game I've played with like the second most like positioning elements. Maybe Artifact, but Artifact's weird is because you can't even like, you can't really reposition between lanes. It's just the lanes are all Artifacts have. So yeah, we start at 0. We can just discard some like 3 or 4. Yeah, we get a 4 later with this deck. Minion suppressed and lock its strength. We have 2 of these Forlorn Spirits. I'm just not going to use 2 of these. Whereas like we might not even draw another Chloe Sunshine, and I might want one later. Deal 2 damage to anyone. So it's +1/+1, and he'll play like an early drop on it. And we're dealing 2 damage to anyone. So we can play this within blocking range. It's probably a little bit better to avoid that. Because if I want to contest its unit, I've got Ignition. I don't know. Depends on what we expect to come out of it. If he's going to play like a 2-1 into that, then this is like a really good trade. We do have first play, I guess. So like, I guess because we have tempo, because we summoned the unit first, we get to decide whether we want to take that trade or juke right. So we should always play it into that. We should always play it right here, so that if his unit is a bad trade, we can juke right, and if it's a good trade, we can attack it. That's interesting. So Minotaur plus Ignites, you know, we have the ability to play a 2-drop here. I can maybe get a Chloe Sunshine now. I mean, I'll get another one by the time I actually want 4 with this deck, it seems like. So this is just a Doggo, +1/+1 for each adjacent K9. This is an Ignition Fire spell. It doesn't look like there's any kind of stack. Am I mistaken? Is this like Hearthstone rules? Just like cast on your turn? I mean, there doesn't seem to be any sort of reactivity. It's actually closer to Hearthstone than Magic, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, although some people will say it is. Give a minion suppressed, so it's basically a silence. Lock its strength to 0 until end of turn. So it's 2 mana silence, 0 attack. I mean, I guess I can just kill that later. You can't like carry over any mana that you have either. I mean, so it can't attack my face, which means it will take this trade. Because it will take this trade, that means that I'm never going to be able to develop this for a better trade, so I should just burn this Ignition now, especially because I have a second one. Because it can't attack my face if I own one of these 3 slots, right? That's quite interesting. Stone Mother, Defender can't attack.
That
Armor
Stone Mother
1,
has Defender.
looks like Armor works the
She'll
same
protect me.
as Artifact. Every hit is just like, yeah, every hit is just 1 less damage. It's pretty powerful. It's actually pretty nuts. And Defender means she can't attack, but must attack a Defender before other blocking minions. So it's like taunt while not being able to attack at the same time. That's kind of interesting. And my units kind of don't do shit against that either. He can't take this trade very effectively. Wait, oh, this has armor 1 too? Wait, does this give? Oh, this gives adjacent minions armor 1. Right. Wow, it's actually pretty good. Shit. Lock its strength to 0. So I can like stop the ability from happening. That I can't even really kill it there. You know, I mean, I can use that plus ignition. I'm not really in a hurry to kill that though. 1 damage to each adjacent player. I have the ability to go to 3 mana here. Draw a card versus Rush Teleport. Can attack, move, or act the same turn it's created. Can move to any lane. So every time you can move to any lane, but it still takes your action and you can't attack on the same turn? Or does it? Huh. Interesting. Moving on the same turn it's created seems useless. Probably some interaction that makes that useful. I really do like how... I don't know. This land system is interesting. Or sorry, like, okay, the mana system. Why don't more games use this, like, discard mana system? Because I know you guys were saying, WoW TCG as well as... What was the other one? Some other game I didn't play. Duel something. I mean, it has to have its own flaws, right? I can take... Plus Muse. Okay, this seems fine. Okay. It opens so many interesting choices. Yeah, it does. The idea of like needing to choose what to discard to gain mana is like you really have to think ahead. And that's really important. Let's get a second one of these lands. These lands don't really seem like super good. Maybe they are nuts. I don't know. They're hard to evaluate. Okay, have fun.
I should use that lane enchantment to get around the Stone Mother.
Should I? Trolling me?
Lane enchantments
Don't I
are
have
the
lethal?
coolest thing ever, and you should play that one right now.
Occupying minion has agile.
Minions with agile. Ignore both defender and lurker. You can use agile minions.
Okay. Yeah, but these like these board positions are interesting too. Like the land effects that you have to commit to just one tile. Magmatar, awaken, deal 3 damage to minions in the opposing 3 lanes. Holy shit. It's pretty good compared to the cards in my deck. Buy a pack. 100. Oh, a mission to buy a pack from the store. So what's the wallet situation like with this game? I mean, I assume it has to be pretty good, otherwise people wouldn't be praising it.
Now you have something to say. Well, little wolf, attacking me was not cool. Not cool at all.
I don't even know why I attacked.
That's why you do these
You're
story
like
games, you get nice
a
cards.
memory that I
Oh,
can't
okay.
quite place. Can I join your pack?
My pack? You're kidding, right? Biting me was not a great sales pitch.
I know. I wasn't myself. I really can keep it together, though. And you look like you could use a friend.
Never say that to someone.
We'll try for a day. And absolutely no biting.
Oh, it lets me go to main menu this time. So does that mean like, so that was the tutorial and then the campaign kind of, check your email to complete registration. That was the tutorial and then like the campaign, like, the rest of it is like the sort of like the campaign. Is that how it works? That's kind of interesting. Okay. Storms gather. So this is, yeah, this is the more of the campaign. There's a lot of these. Wow. Store. So we're supposed to buy 1 card pack. You give us 1,200 exactly. We have a card pack versus core pack. Resources we don't have. Mithril, which is an expansion. Mithril shards. So this is this resource over here, I guess. Yeah, Mithril. Name a code. Core pack, starter pack, $9.99. Can you buy multiple starter packs? 10 core packs and 1,500 Mithril. Core pack here. Count 1. Okay. Got 100 back. expensive. Decks. So we go to collection to open it. Open packs. Apply for partner and give you 100 free packs. Yeah, we could do that. Let's see what this is. Oh, you can. Oh, this is the big one. Oh yeah, here we go, guys. I don't know what any of these are. So there's apparently 6 different colors. I was playing a red deck. You would assume the colors are gonna kind of just be what they are. Brown looks kind of like steampunky inventory, which kind of makes sense. But you would assume colors are kind of how they work in Magic. Neo Gangnam. Neo Gangnam, really? Okay, sure. Themes are pretty creative. Okay, sure, interesting. I mean, I could play. What do you think would be best? There's like the missions. Oh, I got 100 coins. Daily missions. Finish the story to... I mean, I guess I just have to keep playing the story, right? Can I edit my story deck at least? Stoic starter. I mean, I should be able to edit my deck because it's like a campaign. You're not going to be locked into that deck, right? Finish campaign. Can I edit this? Is this the deck I was using? Nope. Stoic seems to be a different color, like this yellow color. Okay. These card filters. So this is Stoic. Okay. I guess I'll just keep playing the campaign. I don't know, it'd be cool to like play like one game of something else. Because the campaign is just gonna keep me on the same deck? It kinda can't, right? That would be a little lame. Missions. Choose a faction you can switch to anytime outside of the combat. So is this the way that Runeterra works? Where it's like, so I choose one of these missions. Gain 13 life from life tab. And Oberos is what I have. Are these the color names? Are these the mission names? Said Stoic. I mean, red was the color I was using. So I can change these missions at any time. Just keep playing story with this. I guess the deck changes. Keep playing campaign, it'll introduce you to all the colors. Okay.
A deal gone bad.
She's gone. Beaten right here, looks like. Can't tell whether she made the sale.
The Strigoi need to pay.
They'll pay once we know for sure.
Anyone who's probably into like Greek
now,
mythos probably
it's just more
has
blood on the road.
would get like a boner playing
We should ride.
this game. It
Let
seems
them
very
know there's
heavy
a
on
line
it.
they can't cross. Let them feel the fear.
If we all go, it'll be a war. And I want the money they owe before we start a war.
Okay.
But Kara speaks for the Fates. If the Strigoi are responsible, they bleed for this.
Who's Strigoi again?
I'll handle it.
Strigoi is
and
yellow?
Find out whether they killed our sister. Alone.
Red? Oh.
You have something to add?
Everyone should ride. Shake the skies down on that vampire trash.
I said I'd go alone.
I'm just saying what we're all thinking. I need to know you're going to draw blood.
Seems like something Neil Gaiman would write.
Well then, there's one
Yeah,
way
maybe.
you can be sure.
I was watching Coraline the other night actually. I kind of like Gaiman. Never read any of his books though. I don't really like books. Whatever. If I liked books, I'm sure I would like Gaiman. Lurker, Grease Monkey.
I'll ride ahead.
Lurker, restore 3 health to a minion. Next time you break it, I'll fix you too. Enemies must attack other blocking minions before a Lurker. Action cost, drag down to activate abilities. This costs a minion in a standard action. Drag down. Oh, I see. So it's like an active ability, and a standard action means you can't attack or move on the same turn. Interesting. Okay, this is a pretty interesting card.
My Valkyrie Tough is wounded and won't survive a hit from that Fricky Scout.
Fricky
My
Scout.
Grease Monkey has an active ability that will help.
So I can drag it Drag down. Drag to the bar? Drag down, like, oh, I see. And then I
Now
heal
that it's
this.
healed up, the Valkyrie Tough has a chance to survive another attack.
Valkyrie Tough. Oh, it's a 3-3. Bam. Nice. And turn. We didn't burn, right? So we can play another Grease Monkey. Let's play it next to the first one.
Need a wrench?
Female only by your gang. Big Wow. Dude, whatever happened to Big Wow? I remember when Big Wow was a thing and like people were using it. I like Big Wow. Like, people don't really use it very much anymore. It's a good emote. I don't know, man. Died too young. Some emotes just die young. It's not fair, man. Valkyrie Enforcer. Yeah, I don't really need to read these cards yet. I need to get my third Grease Monkey out. This is off curve, but, you know.
Need a wrench?
It's important. Enemies must attack other blocking minis before Lurker. Restore 3 health to a minion. Yeah, that's a trade. I can't take that trade. So I can, like, heal this one as my action. I can attack, and I can heal this one as this action again. Okay, sweet. Never heard of this emote? Yeah, exactly. That's the problem. Never heard of this emote.
See you in Valhalla.
Feels WoW Man is like the most underutilized high potential emote. The WoW emotes are just so good, dude. They're just so good, but nobody uses them. Valkyrie Tough. 4/4. So this guy has overrun, so this is trample or whatever you want to call it. Start 5 health to a minion and draw a card as a spell. So this is a life spell, and this is a somatic spell. I guess that's just like earth spell. I don't know what that means. Give a minion 2/1. 4/4 trample. Return an enchantment to its owner's hand and draw a card. Interesting. More tough. Start 5. I mean, I don't really want to lose one. Honed Edge isn't really worth it. I think the best thing is probably to discard these extras. Just develop another one of these in like combat range. Direct attack at 2 and chill. Let's try that. I mean, we could have like taken like the Honed Edge trade, but I think that's just kind of pointless. I mean, the overrun doesn't really matter. What is this text? Gain +1/+1 when one of your other Valkyrie minions die.
See you in Valhalla.
Sure. Wish I had like direct targeting spells. Those would be really nice right now. These toughness guys are actually a little annoying. Restore 5 health to a minion. I mean, they're already at max health, so that's not really going to do much. And enchantments. What is an enchantment? Are those the like land effects? Because there's no enchantments I can add. I mean, I can cycle this just for cycle. I don't think that's good. I mean, trading for the 3/3 is a lot better.
Do this.
So, I mean, Hearthstone logic says I take this trade because it's a trade we just deny him an option for. We float mana. Play more of these, right? These aren't like adjacency effects. Enemies must attack other blocking minions before a lurker. So this one can't attack one of my grease monkeys, right? That's good. Is she even like sitting? Okay, she is sitting on something. Oh, it's a tire. I didn't even notice she was sitting on something. I thought she was just posing. Okay. Start 5. 2-1. We got 4-8. And we'd have to draw something ridiculous for this to actually be lethal, right? 0 minute damage. This is permanent, right? It's like a, yeah, it doesn't say anything specific. So it should be permanent, right? Can you show that again? I'm a tire professor and need another luck. Yeah, sure. There's no like, you can't, oh. Ooh. You can zoom in further. Enhance. Valkyrie Enforcer, return a minion to the opposite lane in its owner's hand. So this guy just put down fucking motorways, I guess. That's interesting. So give a minion +1/+1. Just go. Okay, so he's at 0 now. Okay, we're good. Puzzle mode unlock. Gauntlet mode unlock. That's pretty cool. 200 big ones. Nice. Forked lightning. Deal 1 damage to the occupant of an enemy lane and 2 damage to adjacent lanes for 3. 1 to an occupant of an enemy lane and 2 to adjacent lanes. Cool. Tailroot Worm has a 2/2 while occupying an enchantment. Also cool. So we're playing with the blue guys. What's like the theme of blue? Because the theme of red seemed to be like lifesteal and direct damage.
With anger in her heart, the daughter of storms takes to the skies.
Norse with bikers. Well, but the not the lore theme, the like mechanical theme. Like what kind of like mechanics do they play for? Next mission. So I guess this is like the blue chapter. So it's like
Athens,
3 or 4 chapters of each.
The vampire court, where Ixion the betrayer rules with bloody hands.
Pretty sure it's just tires and asses. Alright, yeah, that makes sense.
Bring me more. I don't care what it costs. I want more God's blood, and I want it now. Bring me the Valkyrie.
Okay. He's face palming.
The approach is already, Lord Ixion. Even now, she bludgeons her way to your doorstep.
Enyo, go discuss our dealings with the Storm Daughter. And get me more.
In the courtyard below, Ingrid opens negotiations.
Okay.
You learned something about the storm today. You learned that one way or another, I get what I'm owed. You learned that when a rider dies, the storm breaks you.
This game, it does have pretty good like lore flavor. I'm not personally what do you call it in the game terminology? The Vorthos? People that like lore flavor stuff. But you know, this you know, a lot of people might be into that shit. A lore whore? Yeah, exactly, a lore whore. It's a 3 of pretty situational. Just get out of this 14-1, yeah. Okay. The Mythos? Yeah, the Mythos. So that's the... So is it a reshuffle in your deck? When you discard it for mana, it's not graveyard, it's deck, right? Is it reshuffle? So it really heavily incentivizes you doing it on the big ones. That makes sense. Because, like, you know, you're fairly likely to get them a look later. I assume this deck size is small compared to what it should be, just because this is, like, not tutorial, but still, like, early days campaign. It's just good to have here. Should go right in front. It's not right in front. This guy can kind of juke me, which is kind of annoying. If he moves, I can still kill him if it's right in front, so that's better. Got Road Queen, all your other Valkyrie minions. Wow, holy shit. 3/3/4 with that. That's pretty nuts for this deck. God's Blood Transfusion. Oh, that's what this guy needs. Minion +2/+2 and regen 2. So regen at every turn. It's pretty crazy as well. It's gonna be good for like, you know, more aggressive stuff. I mean, just developing Red Queens is kind of nuts. This guy wants to go face. We can block him out here.
Boom.
Do that.
To ride.
Yeah, the game's a lot closer to Hearthstone than Magic. But it's got like a good land system. And it has like... It seems to have more Magic-y kind of card design. That's really, really important. When you're comparing like Magic versus Hearthstone, it's not just the fundamentals. A lot of it is the card design. Hearthstone is incredibly, incredibly limited in terms of the interesting things it can put on cards. Because it, like, at the end of the day, like, they have a very hard text limit on cards. It's like, I don't know, like 15 words or something. Just because it needs to be mobile compatible. And that limits it in a lot of ways. Whereas, like, you know, you can look at these text boxes and I'm imagining these cards are going to be more designed like Magic cards. So maybe it's, you know, unfair to say this game is closer to Hearthstone than Magic. We're on mana 4, so we're still at 5 health. All other Valkyrie minions. +2/+2 and regen more. I mean, this is not like a real fight, right? I mean, I think I want to like play to my curve here, so I'll do like this trade and so like restore for the health. See if I draw something that's better than this. I don't, so I can just develop this. Don't really need to put it there. Probably just like diversify my board and smack.
Let's do this.
This guy. Sure. But yeah, my like Red Queens are kind of nuts. I mean, I like the game. Pretty cool game. Whoa, 4/2/2 with Alpha Strike, so it's first strike. Frenzy can attack twice a turn. And Life Tap, holy shit. That's like a nuts buff target. Over 1, gets +1/+1 when one of your other Valkyrie minions die. I don't think they're really dying here. We are... Oh, dude, are we 1 away from lethal? Is there any way to hit lethal here? Because this gives me 2 damage. This gives me 2 damage. I don't think there's anything cheeky I'm not seeing. Obviously, it doesn't matter. Like, I know it's a tutorial, but it's still like, I don't know. It's interesting to think about. There's a lot of things we can maybe do with that. We're gonna have to cross those bridges at one point, you know. Duskwing Angel, life tap, which means it steals life after killing a minion in combat, fully heals. Oh, you can do BM attacks. Nice. That's a really solid game. What else? CCG has both 2v2 and replay mode, so you can watch like replays of battles you do. That's pretty sweet.
One of mine is dead, left beaten in a parking lot.
Oh dear, such sorrows. The Demon King wants the god's blood that you owe, and then he wants more.
Tell your junkie king that he gets more when I have more to sell. And pay me for the loss of my rider, plus the blood she was carrying.
You deny my king?
I want my money.
Okay. She really looks at like that chick out of Mad Max. Never watched that movie. Swift. Additional move action each turn. So it's a pretty weak tag. It's kind of just a bad version of teleport.
I'll ride ahead.
Okay. I'm not immobile anymore, so I can actually answer questions better. Okay, cool. You can also overkill by making attacks after they're dead. So this guy is, yeah, this 2/1 Strigoi pop we've seen over and over again. Burn more. Got Speedway, 2/2 and overrun. Piercing, give a minion stun until your next turn and deal 2 damage to it. So, gains an additional move action per turn. How does that work? Because I think you can either only move or attack. Does that mean I can move and then attack? I assume that would, otherwise Swift would be kind of terrible. We can try that out. So I'll move once and see if I can still attack. I can still attack. That's interesting. Let's just like put the speedway down. Sure. Why not? I'm sure this isn't a good play compared to like developing tough, but it's kind of funny. Okay. Whereas with teleport, you can't move in that attack. So that makes sense that Swift kind of exists then. That makes a lot of sense. I can race. Piercing, give a minion stunned until your next turn. I deal 2 damage to it. Piercing means go through armor. Okay. Luckily tough for the race. +2/+2. Yeah, we can just occupy over here. This is kind of interesting. I mean, racing lifesteal is just kind of a bad idea in general. Breach gain value. I can do an interesting play where I put it here, where it's like
Let's do this.
sort of like half racing. That makes sense. Get rid of one of these ice spikes. It's like basically by doing that, he can't attack with this guy, and he can't even move because his own guy's in the way, and he wants to attack with this guy. So I can kind of just like I'm blocking this guy, you know, while letting this life tap hit me every turn, which yeah, you might say is a bad idea. Whatever. Minions have life tap and demise. Buff hard until end of turn. Wow. How much mana was that 3? It's probably kind of win more. Yeah, we can just kind of control the rest of the board.
All right ahead.
Something like that looks fine. We can burn 1 for mana, but I think we have lethal next turn. You can place attack and then block if you're first to attack. It's kind of interesting. So the question is, I mean, the game should in theory have first player's advantage. What do you get for being second? Does it use the magic system where you're drawing first if you go second? Yeah, that would make sense. So you're on the player or on the draw instead of the coin. I actually kind of like the coin. I mean, the coin's a cool concept. Because there's a lot. The coin actually requires a lot of skill to use in Hearthstone. There is a coin too. Oh, really? I guess it's. Am I just going first in all of these games by default, so I don't get it? Fushi Oni. There's a pursuit that each path has, and it's what you get if you go second. Ha! That's interesting.
Slay me if you must, daughter of
So
storms,
every faction has a
but none
different
here
coin?
killed your rider.
How do you know?
No one loyal would
Wait, what are
block the
paths?
blood trade.
Paths aren't
Every
factions.
gang has a doubter. Who's yours?
This information buys my life.
Let's find
What the
out.
hell are paths? Guess it just hasn't told me yet.
The Oracle at Delphi, font of wisdom and seat of Apollo. In one world, a broken ruin. In another, a thriving temple.
They've really let this place go.
Mortals run rampant now. You underestimate their reach. Places like this must be hidden away, if not...
I really hated
they'll
how
end
the
up
coin in
polluted
Hearthstone had
or
special
destroyed.
interactions with some
Right, then.
spells.
Time to ask for directions.
I used to at first. I'm more okay
I
with it these
see.
days.
A long road.
It was kind of degenerate with how those units were balanced though.
Just walking around in a city that isn't there. That's it. What the? Ben!
No denizen of the underworld shall profane these grounds!
Oh yeah? Well, no bird girl is going to squash my dog.
Okay. So now we're back to this storyline. Back to the red deck. Oh, multicolor. Oh, it's doing
This little
it.
wolf isn't so bad.
Oh.
I'm calling him Fen, and we're teaming up for now. My cards are red and his cards are blue. If I burn a few cards of each color, I should be able to use any card I draw.
Okay, interesting. And this one just starts with these board fields. Friendly players draw an extra card every turn, so we're just kind of King of the Hill mode, basically. Rune of Denial. Out. So we only get one blue gem by doing that. So if we want to play a red card turn 1, we don't, obviously, Ignition doesn't count. But if we wanted to play Ignition turn 1, we would have had to have discarded a red card instead. The discard system is cool. This is where gems come into play? Yeah. Gems like lock you into certain colors. So this costs 1 blue gem, and it's my proactive play, it's my unit. But I already have the 1 blue gem from discarding the blue before, so I can discard anything in my hand to be able to play my proactive unit. Which in this case might just diversify our gems, I guess. I don't know. This is my Sons of the Pack canine minions. The dog has a canine deck. That's kind of funny. Sugar Plum Fairy. Lurker Agile Life Tap. Lurker Agile Life Tap. Probably want to trade into it. Can't curve out Ignition. So we can curve Ignition or we can chill. And Ignition just isn't worth floating this mana. I mean, I can just make that trade, right? Not a big deal. I'd rather like have my mana online. So what I want to develop is something in this slot after I make the trade. Awakened Divination versus 4-1 instead. Denial. And this would require me to discard a red card to be able to play it as well. Whereas this one allows me to control my draw. That's kind of interesting. I'll discard this one. I need a second red gem. I'll take the trade and then I'll reapply on the spot. At the end of the day, you can't really be like wasteful of mana. It's like we can use Ignition there, but the fact that we don't really have anything else to play means we don't really want to just like waste our mana. It's a very valuable resource, and we'll have an opportunity later to use Ignition. Like next turn, maybe we play another 3 plus Ignition.
The stars align.
So that symbol is the hell? Energy. Abilities can generate or consume energy. This game is pretty cool. This game is pretty cool. I'm seeing why a lot of people are jerking this off now. It's 4-1. Energy is kind of like Planeswalker's loyalty. Yeah, that makes sense. Because it has this special symbol. It looked like a Planeswalker. So, you gain 1 at the start of your turn. If he pays 2 energy, he loses 2 life for divination. And at the end of the day, we are just going to kill this, right? Like, that's not really an option. Fawn of Decay. So is this color on the card, is that... What does this mean? Because it takes red gems. It's a red card. But it's like... It's got a black outline. Means it was burned already? Oh! You can't burn it again. Ooh. That's weird. Okay. Alright. So we already took our attack. We want to use our mana to just like develop something valuable. It's got to be a 4. We can use 2 reds. I mean 4 is the only way we can curve this, so it's Chloe's Sunshine or this guy. You know, and Chloe's Sunshine is just better, which means we can discard whatever we want. So we're gonna discard Rune of Denial and take Chloe here. Control center on the map. I'm running like special fight where there's something at the center means we control the center really hard, right? Friendly players draw an extra card each turn. It's just like we're just fighting for this Ruins of Delphi tile. Super, super, super like King of the Hill. Not sure why that matters, but neat. It doesn't matter that much, but it's interesting. cards you burn are not discarded but put back in your deck. It's pretty rare that that would matter. So Awaken, it's stunned until moves or leaves play, which means immediately if I kill it, this should already be able to attack and go direct face damage. Rune versus Muse. Minotaur. I mean, I just want to like play more units, right? This healing thing is not really like that useful. And this is like a little too circumstantial. We can't burn it, right? That's what we were just talking about. It's a 3-1 with Alpha Strike. We can't play for 5. Well, I can just play like Minotaur and to discard this. And you can only the gems refresh on each turn as well. I like this gems and mana system. Makes sense. Here, wait a second. I'm gonna be right back though. I gotta take a
The stars align.
So what are we doing here? 432 lethal +1. Ignites like that. Like that. Small triangle on the right side of the interface. It's a little hard to see, but if you click it, you'll open up the in-game deck tracker. Oh, okay. I'll have to check that out. Sweet. Yeah, it's cool. I need to like. Apparently, this game seems to have a lot of like mechanical depth.
But you don't even have a
I don't even know what like paths are yet.
I've
There's
been
a lot going
feeling
on.
stronger. I'm remembering more.
You're not really reassuring me here. Anyways, I got enough from the Oracle. Maybe. The next stop is some sort of invisible city and a dead girl.
It's explaining things so slowly.
know it's
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. I mean,
not sure how we get in.
this isn't really a tutorial.
And
It's like
to the dead.
the first part of the campaign is like the tutorial,
If we can get close enough.
and I
can
guess
follow
we
a
get to
scent
like
into the
one or
city.
two things later. But yeah, it's kind of it's both a campaign and a tutorial. I don't disagree that it's slow though.
The throne of Imperial.
I mean, if you're playing this game, it's not like you need to play this campaign. I'm just doing it because I want to see what it has.
Power takes its first steps back into our world. You must find her. You must bring her to us.
My Empress speaks, and my duties are born.
We impress upon you the urgency of
So is it like Magic deck building where like
is a prize that cannot be
you can run like 3 colors or 1 color if you
Glory
want
to
like however many
Parsa.
colors. It's just like it
Glory
just comes down to
eternal.
gems and how you want to play it.
Given righteous purpose.
That's cool.
The angel split.
It does feel like Runeterra just in that it's sort of like taking a lot of elements from other card games but kind of putting them together in good ways.
Angel arrives.
Do things drop from the sky a lot around here? Because this is happening more
Also no
often
neutrals.
Don't
Oh
trust
yeah,
him.
there's also no
He
neutrals in this
stinks
game
of
too.
Parsa.
That's kind of
Greetings,
interesting.
lady. I am Ariel. The Empress of Parsa requests that you attend upon her court.
Not sure what Parsa is, but I know what Empress means. I'll pass.
Parsa's requests cannot easily be set aside.
Listen, Sparkles. I spent enough time as guest of royalty. Pretty much done with that.
No neutrals are
Please,
so
my
good.
lady, I
Yeah,
implore you.
I like the idea of no neutrals the more I think about it. So there must be some kind of mulligan system that just we haven't seen yet because it's tutorial, right? What kind of mulligan does it use? No mulligan system? That's interesting. So it takes the Yu-Gi-Oh mulligan. That's a bold move. Takes the best of a lot of card games and then it takes the Yu-Gi-Oh mulligan. There must be some reason it's able to do that. Maybe something I don't understand about how how path is. Because nobody takes the Yu-Gi-Oh mulligan. Nobody. Okay, so we can, I guess we have no turn 1 plays. So if we want to develop, if we had some 2-drop that cost 2 of a color of gem, we'd need to like pre-double discard. Without that, it doesn't really matter what color we open discard with. Artifact? Yeah, Artifact took the Yu-Gi-Oh! Mulligan. That's true.
Reporting.
It might be specifically coded so you get a certain amount of cost under X cost or whatever, and you can burn the expensive cards. It's very interesting. Hard to say. So this is just some vanilla unit that adds a 1/1 to hand. Okay. Not that useful. I need to discard a red because I want to play Forlorn Spirit. It's my, 2-drop curve. So discarding the red, I guess I'm discarding Muse. I have 2 of them. Resignation feels like I'm going to be able to use both of them.
That mana, I can use it. I have
Come
enough power to
play.
smite my enemies.
Okay. So if this guy wants to move to the left, he can. Because I can't move because I'm in my tile. So I can't like follow him left even if I wanted to. I mean I can, but I don't want to. So I'm the only one with the Ruins of Delphi here. Which just gives me a kind of a super unfair advantage.
are eternal.
What's each turn? I assume that means during my own draw step. So if he lets my unit live during his turn, then I draw an extra card. He gets to react on that. Dust Devil Awaken, blah blah blah. Does something, doesn't really matter. So we can play Sons of the Pack into Ignition, which can be a discard of anything. Minions in the opposing 3 lanes, blah blah blah. We've kind of never used this. Just gonna go Sons of the Pack into Ignition. Seems fun. Hearthstone Hero Power, the button opposite to mana. Oh, that's what she was talking about. Smite. Once per turn, deal 2 damage to the opponent if they have more life than you or 1 otherwise.
I have a mission. Hey there.
2 damage to the opponent if they have more life than you or 1 otherwise. So it's like a hunter power, but for control decks? Or you could just argue a more balanced hunter power? Hunter power is kind of degenerate. It's true. Minions in the opposing 3 lanes are immobile. Can't move voluntarily. So we can play for this curve. I think that's fine. Not too much I can do about that. 2/3 awaken, look at top. Okay. Hunter power was supposed to be for control. Wait, was it?
Locked in.
What do you mean?
Reporting.
I can see the remnants of why that could maybe possibly be true. I'm pretty sure the hunter power was just for aggro, and it always was. Or did is this something that was in like a talk somewhere that the devs were saying that, and they just got like super backwards somehow? The devs said they intended it for be a win on for control. What? How does that happen? That's pretty funny. I didn't know about that. Yeah, this is kind of weird. This guy's got a lot of dudes, guys. I mean, I just want to play this big boy here. No fucking way, lol. I mean, this probably was true. Like, I've seen some of those, like, Blizzard Dev Talk conferences. I've seen, like, I think 2 of them. I didn't know about that. That is pretty funny. I guess that's like a Hearthstone meme that people pass around on occasion. I can see how that could be seen as logical. I do get that. Don't forget to check out the deck tracker. You said there's a little arrow here. This is my deck tracker. Built-in deck tracker. Alright, sweet. Cool, cool. Mission. I mean, I've just got kind of favorable trades everywhere. Alpha Strike. Power Frenzy. So obviously I want to ignite this one because this one is tradable just by that. Wait, when these die, Did they drop them when they die? Or did he just play them manually? I didn't really like read what they did. Huh. Daughters of the Forest, first strike, and this is like some 3/3. I can just play here. You kind of like... Do you ever want to be on the very edge of the board? I guess on the very edge of the board means if you're like an aggro player, there's only 2 blocker slots. But if you're a control player, it's like you don't want to be on the edge of the board because I'm just blocking one less thing. It's symmetrical, like when blocking and being blocked are the same things, but aggro will favor those 2 tiles and control will not, I guess. Aggro loves the edges. Yeah, that makes sense. Those are probably its 2 favorite tiles. Yeah, they kind of have to be its 2 favorite tiles. Occupying minion has +1/+1. It's a 4/4 with Immortal. Cannot be damaged and immune to destroy effects. Well, okay. It has regen too while occupying a desert enchantment. Why does it need regen? It's immortal. Occupying minion has +1/+1. Huh. That's strange. I guess I could have put Karen Henge down. So why did this guy float? Oh, because we could have used his active. Empower with Frenzy. Is that just himself? Presumably. He empowers himself with Frenzy to attack twice if you pay 1 mana and 2 blue gems. And we have the gems. So 1 mana would have been an extra attack, but this guy's blocking us and he's immortal, so we can't do anything about it. Go into settings and enable the Mythgard overlay. Oh, for like the Twitch overlay, you mean? So you guys can like hover cards. The UI is being worked on and being changed. I can try to set up the Twitch overlay after this. Winter Wolf, Swift Piercing. Yeah, we should just be able to blast this guy here, right? It's actually kind of annoying that this is blocking 2 things. Removal. So Swift can't lethal him. Do I not have lethal? God, that's annoying. How did that happen? Whatever. One more turn it is. So I assume some of these land things, when enemy minions attack this land, your opponent takes 1 damage. That's cool. This land concept is pretty sweet. Certain things are like gonna drop lands when they die or summon lands when they get played.
Glory eternal.
It feels hard in general for a card that only creates a land and does nothing else to be good. But like, you know, dropping a land when you get played or when you died is cool. Miss lethal. Oh shit! Oh yeah, we had power. Yeah, that's right. Ooh. Okay, okay. It's Gwent positioning and weather system, but done right. Gwent positioning. Well, with like the extra options. Yeah, kind of. I agree with that. Gwent weather was a really weird concept. Duskwing Angel. After killing a minion in combat, fully heals. Impact. Portrait unlocked. Oh, sweet. Probably need some actual card bans for improved variety, but I don't know, being able to play 1 or 2 decks without paying a shit ton of money just makes card games get old very quickly. Oh, you mean like when they're like expensive? How is the economy model in this game?
Not my intent.
Don't read, it's out of context.
Your
Oh, okay.
animal struck first.
You know, he does that. But what was your intent?
I had hoped to persuade you.
As for you, I get the feeling this search is going to be hard enough without you biting everyone.
Looking at the Mythgard overlay now. we can install the Mythgard overlay. Let me see if I can get this working for you guys. Figure the hell? So Mythgard overlay is active. Is it working? I mean, obviously we're not in like a game right now. But in theory, it should allow you guys to like hover and see what the cards are.
I regret that things went wrong between us.
Yeah, I figured.
I would prove my sincerity.
Well,
No denizen of the underworld shall profane these grounds!
ugh, seriously? This again?
Away from her, beast!
Great. Chivalry.
So I get to play as this guy
Listen,
now,
let's
who
think
is
carefully
the
about who just
yellow
got
color?
before you start
Would
acting
be
all
my
bad.
guess. Or both of them. Yellow and red. Oh, brown. Wait, we just played against him. We should know what color he is. So brown is like some desert guys. Okay, so turn 1 drop, we kind of have nothing to play for. There's no 2 that like, oh, this is actually a 2 that costs double. So if I want to play this on 2, sacrifice at end of turn unless it was attacked or discarded. If I did want to play this on 2, I would have to double discard these and like pre-commit. So I'd have to like, because it costs 2 of the brown gems, right? It's orange, not brown. I guess it is kind of orange, yeah. Sacrifice at end of turn unless it attacked or was just created. So I have to attack with it every turn. It's just like a 2/4/2 that you just have to attack with it every turn. That's not very good. It's still kind of like my best curve play. So this is like the interesting play. Because I would have to... So there's this guy who's a 3 whenever you create a Zealot. So this is interesting. This is interesting. Like, this is the kind of thing you wouldn't have to think about in another game. Because I'm looking at my discards and I'm like, okay, my good discards aren't my brown cards. Parsa Clarion is maybe okay to discard. I don't even know. Let's say... Now there's an interesting middle ground line, which is I discard Parsa Clarion, and then if I draw a brown card to discard next turn, then I can curve into Parsa Crusader. And if I don't draw a brown card to discard next turn, then I play one of my other things. Because I don't think I actually want to discard Dust Devil. This is pretty cool. There's another Parsa Clarion. Let's take the double discard. Stick it in. And we still have Smite. We gotta remember we have Smite. The starter pack in this game is amazing value. Yeah, I'll probably buy it.
The stars align.
So this is the same kind of Planeswalker we saw before. Gonna jam it in this guy. 3 mana to spend. Needs to attack every turn. Enchants its lane with the desert already unless enchanted, which is just kind of like... So if they attack this unit, that counts as them attacking the desert lane, which means they'll take damage when they try to kill the Dust Devil, if it's with an attack. It's kind of interesting, I guess. So we're always going to attack here, and we're always going to just open 3, right? Awaken Divination versus 3 here with Rush Teleport. It's also on red. So the 3s have red, so we're going to discard one of the red 3s to get a red gem, which we need. Let's play another red 3, and the only one we can play is Calliope Muse, because this one costs 2 gems. This one costs 2 gems. Very cool. Makes a lot of sense.
Your fate.
So it's giving me the interface here. Choose what we want to add to the top of the deck. That's fine. Take our required attack. Okay. Try refreshing overlay is there for me now. Yeah, I got the overlay working, so you guys should be able to hover my cards. They take face damage, not minion damage. Yes, face damage. That's what I meant to say. Yeah.
Stay calm.
Okay. Serenity Sea Witch. So as a 2/3, it's out of range of single ignition. We have to attack every turn with this, which means we might have to take an unfavorable trade unless we make that favorable trade or take double ignition. Double ignition is kind of a big commitment, but we can actually curve it with Dust Devil. I don't know. I'll just aggro this guy down. So double ignition is 2 red gems, which means we're out Muse. I don't know. I'll just play aggro. That's fine. So we can double ignition to keep this alive. And we can just develop a Dust Devil somewhere.
The sands are returned.
I guess I could have put this on the edge for like the aggro logic of kind of like wanting to be on one of these edges. That would have been cool. And as always, like a lot of this game's strategy is going to come down to like Hearthstone rules, which is like, you know, hero powering is kind of good when you're low on cards, but you don't want to be spamming it early on unless you're playing for a long game, maybe. And just like squeezing out little bits of value, but it's kind of hard to gain like board value with something that just does face damage anyway. Not impossible, but hard. So this is a 3/2. We blew both of our things before, so we don't really have a great way to kill this. Rush Teleport as a 3/2. We have 7 damage on the table. I mean, we just kill that with that. Attack like this, and then I guess we rush into him. So we rush, we attack, we burn, we smite. There we go. Okay. All right. So what mechanics hasn't the game shown me yet then? Something about path and coin, the like coin flip balancer, which I don't understand yet. I don't know what a path is. We know there's 6 colors, and obviously there's a lot of like random keywords. I mean like fundamental mechanics. Is paths the only thing I haven't seen? Paths and pursuits. Starter back available. Deal. Ingrid pays the CEO of the Magpie Corporation an unexpected visit. Should we buy the starter pack? Let's see what the economy here is like. So these are the starter decks. Go to cards, store, starter pack, core pack. Well, we can buy another core pack. Is this the only thing you can spend this like silver resource for? Coins? Is it just packs? Or is there like another set? This game only has core set, right? Yeah, it only launched into beta, and I guess it's still in beta. It only launched into beta like a few months ago. Yeah. But apparently you guys are saying it's a very big set. So we got the core pack. Let's go ahead and buy the starter pack. So this is $10. 10 core packs, a path or power, 3 portraits, and 1,500 mithril at an incredible deal. More than $30 in value. If it's more than $30 in value. Okay. Let me just open my wallet here. All right. So I might get some like free packs at some point. I'm sure the devs apparently they have some kind of system with streamer promoters. They give people packs. Partner program, yeah, partner program, which is pretty. I mean, it's not really like surprising. That's pretty standard. But I want to buy like at least this one. I want to show you guys like what the well, I want to see for myself, not even just show you guys. I want to see like how like the economy of this looks, and I don't mind supporting the devs a bit. I mean, 10 core packs. Okay. So for $10, oh, we got a portrait. Oh, 3 portraits. We got 3 portraits. Oh my god, a second one. Wow, look at that value. Partner program. Oh, is the partner program dead? Turn of seasons. +1 starting life. Rotate through 4 seasons at the start of your turn. So I don't know how these paths work. You choose. Is it like a quest system that everyone just chooses? Okay, so let's go ahead and let's click on our packs. That's one way we can get to opening them. So these are the 11 core packs that we have. Everything turns over except for the one rare card. So yellow, I'm gonna need like a color breakdown here. So red is like, it's a little aggro-y, but also it's a little black. It's got that like the kind of like lifesteal black mechanics. So it's kind of like a cross between red and black in Magic. Yellow is yellow stoic? Each of them has like two. Yellow wasn't stoic. It's got a different name, but the stoic deck is the yellow one. I don't know what yellow is. Green is boneyard stuff, and blue is trickery. Trickstery. Yeah, okay. So these yellow guys have like spaceships and shit. Interesting. Okay. So you guys, green is boneyard stuff and blue trickery. Green is like blue and MTG. Oh, I see. Interesting. A lot of yellow stuff. Wings of Abaddon. This is what's the rarity? These are 4. So there's 4 bronze, 3 silver, 2 golds. So the highest rarity would be the 1. The 1 symbol that's like platinum or diamond or whatever, the mythic. Yeah, mythic. You guys are gonna have to tell me if these cards are good because I'm not gonna read all of them. Yo, Sea Thrasher. Welcome to the 20th Gay Club, man. So we got a blue mythic. This is an artifact for blue. We can draw your next enchantment. Okay. Common, uncommon, rare, and mythic. Yeah. So Pack Trooper. So yeah, green is kind of like the token swarmers. They have tokens and boneyard stuff. And apparently some fairies. Tong foot soldiers. What the hell is purple? Purple's like the city espionage? Or just gangs or something? Something. Marching orders. Shift your player's minions and enchantments as far to the left or right as possible. Aha. I mean, that's funny. I have a hard time imagining that's amazing. But it is funny. Okay. Red has everything in it. Purple is futuristic with stealthy items. Yeah, that makes sense. We got a kite glider. Yeah, stealthy stuff. Give him an agile until end of turn. So purple has some like aggro-y tendencies a little bit. Not necessarily as the most aggro-y tendencies, but they have some. Black Kadejo. Interesting. Okay. Purple is equipment and support. Racer in Shadow. They have like technology stuff. Weak the bones. Oh, and green is like. So they're like. This is really interesting. So they're like an army. They have like generals, but they're like an army of like necromancers. That's weird. In a good way. Weird in a good way. Soviet witches. We got this. So this is a witch spell. What's a witch spell? So the reason you have to hover this is just because it has options. It doesn't do one thing. It hovers and it's just one of these 3 options. Alacrity. Premium, full art. Oh, I see. So foils you have to hover. That's cool. Hotel barkeep. What the hell? Academy analyst. Marker, divination form. Caster spell. Axeman. I don't know like what's a good hit with that kind of thing. Shinobi of Fire. Ghost in the System. 2 top cards of your opponent's deck. Pick one to go on top and the other to go on bottom. Stone's Mother again. I love that card. It actually looks pretty good. I don't really know what color speaks to me. I'll have to give it some time. Alchemical Key, stacking. All minions with Defender can attack. Stacked with other artifacts of the same name, occupying a single slot. Why would you want to put multiple of this? What is this goblet thing? Wait, so artifacts have like a health stat in this game? Or something? Like Gwen should have? Durability? Oh wait! This was literally exactly what everyone was saying Gwent's artifacts needed. It's kind of funny how Gwent just kind of forgot about that category. Like, that category literally just doesn't even exist. Okay, that makes sense. That's cool. Claim level rewards. Claim. So I get 1,000 coins here, card pack here, 1,000 coins here, card pack here. We get several more packs as well. We can open those later though. We can play a bit more now. So yeah, what's like the, how do you progress? What's the daily system? Daily quests is weekly quests. Like how fast do you accumulate a collection here? Missions. It seems like there's a lot of like single player stuff that you can do. You have 1,500 mithril. Yeah, mithril from the starter pack. I mean, let's say you're a new player, you're playing this game, you buy the $10 starter pack, and you're willing to like play missions and the daily stuff or whatever you want. What's the what's your life gonna be like? Are you gonna be able to play this game fairly efficiently? Like, are you gonna need to wait too long before buying decks? Like, where do you land? Because there's like the Shadowverse. Shadowverse is quote unquote generous. It gives you a shit ton of cards at the very start for absolute free, but then it like sort of really slows down really immediately. It's a generous system. If you know what you're doing, you can play efficiently after 2 weeks. There's 2 community decks that you can play even if you have no cards. Check different tabs. There's a free rotation of community meta decks. Oh, that's really cool. Shadowverse is generous to people that play it 3 hours every day. Okay, so yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem to have like too bad of an economy. It's like, at the end of the day, I mean, it is like a card game, and some people are always gonna be frustrated that like as soon as you play, you can't access everything. But I mean, it seems to be pretty good on the spectrum. You can try Arena. Yeah, there's some kind of like draft thing. Pretty spooky. Original score by John Robert Matz. So we can go into next episode. Yeah, let's just keep playing this. Okay.
Instead of turning for home, Ingrid rides the storms west. Her destination? Magpire, the corporation that purchased a country. Magpire sells God's blood only when it chooses to, but circumstances demand that she acquire more.
Take me to Zimmick.
You're not on today's list of authorized appointments.
Do I look like I care?
So now we're back in this girl's chapter. Let Kamalis know we've got a Valkyrie problem. Paths, here we go. Passive abilities that provide a foundation for your deck. Interesting. You start at 23 for whatever reason. Passive powers, Journey of Souls is just one of many paths available. In Mythgard, you choose a path when you construct your deck. You can zoom in on the path to learn how it works. The path also displays its current progress. So these are like quests. So the Journey of Souls, is this his path? I can't hover it. So 3 starting life, that's why we're at 23. Gather a soul when one of your non-ephemeral minions dies. At the start of your turn with 3 or more souls, return the bottom minion in your boneyard to your hand to make it ephemeral and lose 3 souls, and proceed to start with 2 souls. So the thing I'm noticing here, am I mistaken in that paths aren't tied to colors in any way? I mean, obviously, mechanically, you're going to have certain paths that make more sense for certain colors, but are they just completely neutral? Very cool. Okay. And there's, in the base set, a dozen of them, 15 of them, that you can choose from, maybe, would be my guess. 20, maybe? There's only 5? Wow, okay. Interesting. And obviously they'll like add more in the future. I wonder what this game's like future looks like. 'Cause it has a pretty tiny player base, right? I think they expected a bit more of a reception in beta. And I don't think they have like much of a marketing budget. Or maybe they're saving it for when the game's out of beta. They said they want to grow slow. That makes sense. Demolition speed base. So we can race at higher. Jason minis have rush. Fricky sidecar. 3-1-2. Okay. We're back into the mono deck. Piercing and stun. Oh, that's a pretty good trade for me. I mean, in these tutorials, I just kind of want to be like kind of aggro because you just end games faster and it's very easy. Pushing marketing more after the UI overhaul and full release. Okay, makes sense. Laser grid. What the hell? Laser grid. Enemy minions attacking this in the 2 adjacent lanes must first take 1 damage. Whoa. Whoa. That's cool. That's actually pretty cool. Grease monkey. So we can just pop that with Ice Spike if we care. I'm kind of thinking we don't care though.
See you in Valhalla.
Lazy Grid is a really cool design. Actually, it shows you can be an artist for a good card game, even though you only have paint skills.
Fall out.
Come on, man. Don't bully. It's not that bad. It's not great. So this guy is kind of soft, blocking me a bit. Stunned, cannot attack, move, or activate abilities. But he still counts as a blocker. So if I stun this guy, I can't go face, presumably. Jason dudes have rush. It's actually a little annoying. And I can't move this to the right either. Gains an additional move action every turn. I can't move it 2 squares at once. If I move it here, then this guy just moved. So I already fucked up because now this guy can't attack. Just want to race.
Eat oil!
Whoops, whatever. I literally thought I had a visual bug when I saw it at first. Yeah. The actual art is fine. It's just the board effect looks a little janky. Yeah, the board effect could be better. Volition. TM. What the hell? The flavor of this game is interesting. It's very flavorful. Which, like, I would call a good thing, but is not necessarily in 100% of situations going to be a good thing. Because for some people, it might be a little too flavorful. It's kind of like, there's not really a sense of cohesion to, like, the lore of this universe. It's very all over the place, which, I don't know. I'm sure for some people that hurts immersiveness. Not necessarily a majority of people, but some people. It's cyberpunk meets mythology? Yeah. I don't like the theming. I think I would generally like it, personally. And I think a lot of people would. But it might take some getting used to for some. Vicious cycle. Destroy a minion and its controller draws a card. Haven't you seen Shadowrun? What the hell is Shadowrun? I tried desperately to comply with No Nut November, so I came to the one place that I thought would be completely safe, your stream, and then you go ahead and spam these bootylicious biker girls and completely ruin everything on day fucking 3. I'm sorry, guy.
Zimic, Magpie founder and CEO.
If it makes you feel any better, I already lost. I don't remember. I tried
can move
to.
as much as you can give me.
Chimulus, special assistant to the
Chimulus?
CEO.
We're focusing on other matters at this time. Once your current contract is run
I thought it
its
was
course,
Cumulus
a
or Chimulus.
representative will renegotiate your deal.
Chimera, right?
Striking me ends all arrangements with the Magpie Corporation. However, our security forces would like to test the Hulken modifications fresh from R&D.
Okay. This is not a safe place for No Nut November. This one almost always uses a phase cam. Okay. So, the way I see it, and I don't understand these paths so far. The way I see it, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Mulligan system, which is a meme way of saying there's no mulligan system, seems to be a trade-off of the way mana is implemented into the game. I don't really want to trade. I just want to go face. Which is to say specifically, I was talking about this before when I was doing my Underlords bit of the stream. At the end of the day, card games need a balance between agency and chance. I'm sure the devs tested a mulligan system, and I'm sure that between the mulligan system and being able to choose what to discard, it gave games a little too much agency, and they were all playing out a little too similarly, I guess. Either that or there's something I'm missing, like some mechanic of the game that makes it, or like for example, if the way you draw hands is just algorithmically makes it less super clunky or something. I still can't say for sure how I feel about the lack of a mulligan system. I guess I lean skeptical.
Need a wrench?
I didn't really, like more so than anyone, I didn't really mind the fact that like Artifact didn't have a mulligan system. It's too many of these. Like people really dogged on that, and I don't know. I mean, it could have had a mulligan system, but Artifact had bigger problems too. I don't really mind slightly higher variance. Because if you draw like top-end cards, you just turn them into mana, right? That's the entire point. So you kind of just don't need a mulligan system, right? The mulligan system is sort of built into the mana system. Like when you draw the big cards, you just... when you get mana out of them, you are mulliganing them. They're going back into your deck, right? That's the whole point. So they're just one and the same. Makes sense. So we got Road Queen or Valkyrie Tough. Are all these just Valkyries? Grease Monkey's a Valkyrie.
Bone to ride.
Cool. I don't think people really dogged on it specifically. Gameplay-wise, most people were shooting on shops and arrows. Yeah, publicly. I remember having a few conversations with people that were saying there should be a mulligan. It definitely wasn't one of the major complaints.
Ura!
So this is the 2/2 with piercing. I've got all my guys buffed up with the Valkyrie effects. We can always win this race, right? Yeah, stunned. We want to kill him on a clock of 2. This trade gives me a really easy way of doing that, I think. I don't think we need to use like a spell or anything crazy here. We have 4 mana. Can't do a ton with 4 mana. Stun until your next turn. So I guess what I can do is... So with 4 mana, let's go ahead and discard a 3 that we're not going to need. We can develop a tough here. And we can stun this 3/3. So this does a few things. This reduces... If we look at what we just did, it reduces his clock. I guess we just stunned something we developed a blocker for, so maybe that was kind of dumb. But we reduce his clock, and we put this in kill range of the next Ice Spike, which will enable our 4th unit to attack forward. He's playing against people. No, these are still bots. This is still just the campaign. Even needs a better UI. Yeah, the art is actually... The card art is good. UI is like... UI is kind of always bad though, yeah. The game does need a better UI, for sure. Where'd my dudes go? What happened? So this guy's at 1. Why is this 1 a purple color? Is that just the damaged color? I didn't think purple was the damaged color. Deal 2 damage to your opponent and all enemy minions. What the fuck? What? For 4? That seems pretty good for 4. I mean, that being said, I'm sure all the cards I've just seen have just been bad cards. So it's like, in comparison, maybe it's not nuts, but... It's a lot better than most of the things I've been using.
Any other
Consecrate? Yeah, no, I know it's a Consecrate.
Regarding your earlier inquiry, Magpie.
I'm just like, it's just the rest of the cards I have are all shit cards. That makes sense.
And I have authorization to offer you the following. If you bring this presence to us intact, our other arrangements would see significant improvement.
Why push it on me? Why not send a fleet of your toys?
The Divine Presence approached and interacted with the remnants at Delphi. It is now headed to Vedma territory. Any significant Magpie presence in Vedma airspace would be premature.
Interesting. Purple means the card is only live thanks to another buff. Okay. That makes sense, yeah.
I've seen better temples.
No denizen of the...
So we've only really played as 3 different colors so far. We've played as blue, red, and orange. We got 2 forked lightning. Not really a 2 of. Pretty situational. Not necessarily weak, but not necessarily a thing you want. Junkyard Valhalla. You do not control a dredge. Bottom ending of her boneyard to this land. It is now a dredge and it gains ephemeral. Pretty interesting. So we want to not occupy it. Well, we want to contest his ruins of Delphi because he gains a bonus while he is on that. So we want to occupy these 2 slots. Got our 1 mana with Swifts and Grease Monkey.
All right ahead.
Okay. Purple's not even in the tutorial. So I guess I get yellow and black later? Wait, is there a black? No, yellow and green. There's no black. Right. Yeah, black doesn't exist. Moth Mara. Deal 1 damage to your opponent whenever you cast a spell. So it seems like green is kind of the blue of this game. It seems kind of weird. Like, red is kind of the black, and green is kind of the blue. A little bit. Because blue isn't really the blue, right? If we switch colors, they won't notice we copied it. Oh, dude. Just make sure to change homework a little bit. Restore 3 health to him in. This is just a trade. Eh. I mean, we need to kill his unit. It's kind of too important to make sure that unit dies every turn. The unit in that slot. So there's kind of nothing we can do. I kind of want to keep Fork Lightning as an option. God's Blood Transfusion seems a little slow. So we need to kill this. We just want to trade into that. Pretty straightforward. We need to kill the unit he puts here literally just every turn. It's just that easy. We'll develop our Grease Monkey and chill, right? This air healing also kind of sucks. I've literally never been able to use this once so far. Jesus. Orange is white. Means that orange sucks. Oh yeah, orange is kind of like white, I guess. So now my thing resurrects this. And my land kind of counters his, because my resurrection just happens every turn. So it's ephemeral, which means it doesn't go to the graveyard. So this is a one-time per unit thing. Which is kind of interesting. That it's one time per unit. Because if I wanted to res again, I can't move this. Oh, that is interesting. But I can move it next turn. I mean, we always need to kill this, no matter what. Sorry, Grease Monkey. And then Warrior is just going to develop something. Whoops. That's fine. And we're just chilling. Every color does everything. Yeah, it seems like color pie is less stable in this game.
Learn your fate.
Which I actually think, I'm not sure how I feel about it. But it does seem to me like every color is a lot more versatile. Which could be a flaw. I'm not sure what balances that. Because color pie is fairly important in Magic, right? So we want to kill that. We want to move this over to enable this to be good. Where did this just lose damage? Rider of whatever. Fine, didn't lose damage. Color pies end up being broken in every game anyway over time. I mean, not really. Like, at the end of the day, there still is a concept of like how versatile each color is. I mean, whether it's like it's not really meant to be some hard and fast rule. It's not meant to be some kind of like super binary, only one color can ever do this. Like at the end of the day, the idea of like lines between the colors is, I feel, fairly important. And of course there's going to be like outliers to those rules, but it's about how often those outliers are broken, right? I'm not sure. It's +1/+1 whenever your other Valkyrie units dies. All your other Valkyrie minions get +1/+1. It feels kind of hard to sacrifice this one. Ephemeral plus Swift, and this is Awaken, and opposite lane is stunned. Yeah, but we have no opposite lane. So if I attack with this, I can't move this because it's a double movement. If it like I can't move a unit that has been moved. And I could, in theory, just take a double trade and stop a draw and like buff this. In theory, that's probably the correct play too. I would describe the color pie as stable but less polarizing than other card games. Colors have things they do well and don't do well instead of having things they do and things they don't. Well, the question is that a good thing or a bad thing? It basically allows you to play like...
Yay! Treats!
I don't know. I'm not sure. I haven't thought enough about like color pies and like how important they are. So this is like Fork Lightning. If in theory there was a way to move one of these enemy units, I could blast them together. I don't think we have anything like that. That's fine. 1 damage to an occupant and 2 damage to adjacent lanes, which also... Oh! I didn't even realize you could do that. That's pretty interesting. That makes this card a fuck ton better than I thought it was. Okay. So, pushing 10 to 15. Not really great ways of doing this. Okay, cool. Anything that's not like MTG has to be a good thing? Well, maybe.
Do you dream?
I mean, what's the point of colored pie? It's like, it's a bit of a flavor thing. And in theory, it helps diversify decks. In theory, it is kind of like an anti-mono sort of mechanic. Because in theory, it gives you some incentives to stay outside of your color. But I think that only works when the colors are tied to specific mechanics that need to be combined together in order for a stable win condition to be met, which doesn't really end up working in Magic. Like, for example, you can have a very good aggro deck with mono red without having to leave your color, and you can have a very good control deck with mono blue without having to leave your color. Misanthropia, give all minions Blight 3. Here's another one of the paths. So yeah, I mean, maybe color pie is just like nonsense that just doesn't even need to exist in Magic.
You're gonna tell
I don't know.
me who else has been here. And if I don't get something I
Mono
can
blue
sell,
is essentially not a thing. It's not really control these days. Oh, okay. It's more like tempo based.
All right. This is one of the problems with oracles. The instructions seemed clear, but now we're here, and there's no sign of a dead girl. No sign of an invisible city.
I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about where the balance of color pie should lie.
I great deal of faith.
I need to think more about it to decide.
I do not know.
Those trucks.
You know, I think I figured out how to find the city.
Those are Volkov trucks. The Volkov and the Vedma witches they serve have immense resources. Best tread lightly when they are near.
Tread lightly.
Yes, goddess. Or even better, keep your distance entirely.
Without color pie, you could play the strongest cards and the strongest
All right,
cards only with no
Follow these
downside.
trucks through the magical doorway.
Goddess, the Vedma...
Ved blah blah blah. Don't worry, handsome.
I
We'll tread
mean,
lightly.
not necessarily. When I say color pie, I don't mean just like colors being split with mana. I mean different mechanics being more so locked into different colors.
New souls
It's
will
like,
crowd the gates of the underworld
I mean,
before
if
they
the
say
strongest
so.
cards are,
And
you
know
know,
what?
found in different colors,
I love
then
it.
it's not like you can
Now,
only play strongest
go!
cards. It does make it more so that you don't need to like go out of your way for stuff.
This is treading lightly.
I wasn't expecting an army. Do you think they know I'm a queen?
These are the green guys. Term is color identity. Well, that's what people mean when they say color pie. That's a design term. Color pie creates deck diversity, almost what you said. To play multiple colors, you have to play worse lands or risk color skew. If you don't play many colors, the deck will have weaknesses. I mean, at the end of the day, the only thing color pie really accomplishes is being one of many opportunities to skew the balance of mono and duo and trio, like any sort of like color combinations, right? And there's so many different ways to do that, right? Like if you want to make mono a bit weaker and duo better, then having like a stringent mechanical color pie might just be very unnecessary. Minotaur and eager recruit. So it's 2-1 vanilla versus 2-1. Add this 1 to hand. That doesn't really make a difference. So it's kind of interesting. So the correct play becomes play the Minotaur first, because I might be about to draw an orange card that's a better discard target for the orange gem. And then next turn, if I want to, I can do Eager into Parsa, if I find an orange gem. Cool. Reveal your opponent's hand until end of turn. Wow. Interesting. Yeah, but I can just get out of this. There's just no reason to develop anything crazy. Oops, I fucked up. I was supposed to discard one of the orange ones. Whoops. That wasn't right. Guess I could have just used Smite there. So I want to have less health than my opponent, right? 2 damage to your opponent if they have more life than you, or 1 otherwise. So if we're even, it's still only 1.
Enemy sighted.
So it's not necessarily like super bad with my like 23 health journey. And this is just the power. So wait, how do you choose a hero power then? Is it a different thing you choose? Does it? It's not tied to the path. Is it whichever color is like more dominant in your deck? Is it not tied to colors at all? It's kind of interesting. Fully heals whenever an enemy minion is created versus Frenzy can attack twice per turn. Play a little bit more aggro. So it's a good blocker here. If we want to, there's kind of no reason to develop it here in this case. Oh, we used our gem for that. So we can't play that. We have to play Forlorn Spirit now. I guess I messed up again.
Come play.
Both power and path are fully usable in any deck. So they're kind of like the neutral cards, basically, almost. In terms of, again, at the end of the day, it's like, the most important thing to understand about the design of this, the rule number 1 is like, balance agency with probability. If you make all cards neutral, you give players like too much agency. Not probability in this case, but just like limit agency. So like you take out neutral cards so that like, you know, deck diversity kind of goes up a bit, but then the neutral cards are the power and the path. So it's sort of in a different form. One ephemeral. So we haven't really used movement yet, but I can do that here. This is actually like a good move. It does feel like the fact that you can't attack and move at the same turn does make movement as a concept maybe a little weak. I'm sure there's things that incentivize it a lot, of course. There always will be.
Do we have a mission?
So he can no longer attack my face, and we're kind of forcing him into this trade. He can move right again, but then we're just like stalling his unit. So that's a different form of trading, the move stall. Whereas like, if his unit is moving right and my unit is moving right every turn, then first of all, he'll hit a wall eventually. But second of all, I win that trade because my unit's smaller anyway, right? So it's like, if we're both being stalled every turn, then his unit is basically dead for 3 turns and my unit's dead for 3 turns, and I'm winning that trade. So there are kind of like multiple forms of trading in that way. Okay, Enchanted Land with Desert. Demise. Overrun. Okay, so he was able to gain agile and ignore my blocker anyway. But we still have to trade on our end if we want to take it. Which I guess we just can. It doesn't, obviously it's basically a bot game. Like, it doesn't really matter. Like, we're not going to lose these games, but it's still,
Locked in.
It's important to think about. So get the movement's limited, so they have to think about when playing the card first in a lane. Maybe. I think movement is likely a little too rare. Completed chapter 1. Nice.
Elsewhere within the invisible city, the reason for the Volkov attack is made clear.
We didn't do anything! Why are you chasing us?
You know that magic of any kind must be reported to the Vedma. Attempting to elude us once we had detected your
Vedma.
Girlfriend.
So is that just like the
was
faction?
Pointless. Because of you two, I had to ruin a perfectly nice neighborhood.
I like these guys.
But now,
The Vedma. These like
Now
fucking
we
like
speak
the
of
weird ass like Soviet
consequences.
army necromancer people. It's very
Wait.
It's a very interesting combination of flavor elements. Do we get to play as them? It's weird that I've only played as like 2 different colors so far. I would have expected like having a bit more diversity here. Yellow is Aztec commandos. Don't forget the werewolves. Are there werewolves here? Ariel and Fan, so that's orange and blue. Okay. And here's the Vedma, these green guys.
Deploy!
Pack Trooper. +1/+1 for each adjacent K9 thing. Sure. I'm gonna discard our Clarion if we want to play one of these. It's a 1/2. Want to fight into that with 2 attack.
Deploy!
K9 soldiers. K9. Oh, because they're werewolves. Oh. So they're fucking just like spooky military boys. They're like fucking, they're werewolves and zombies and like Halloween shit. What the fuck? Huh. Interesting. Winter Wolf has Swift. The move action each turn, yeah. I lost to this like 2 times. Wait, this fight? Oh, is this actually a hard fight? Oh shit, wait a second. Twinfire Zealot. I mean, our only like proactive 2 is these guys. Fully heals whenever an enemy minion is created. Has to be better than Frenzy. Frenzy's like aggro. We need to stabilize here. Like he's definitely the aggressor. I want to like Vital Broxa here. Fully heal is important. I mean, I don't know if I can deal with these yet. If he plays the 3rd one, I'm completely screwed. What's the unit count limit in this game? Is it 3? Or is it 2 like Hearthstone? That'd be weird. I assume it's 3. Vital Broxa should be 3, yeah. Depends on rarity. 4 for commons. Oh, that's what the symbol is. 4 for commons, 3 for uncommons, 2 for rares, 1 for mythics. Huh. Interesting. Makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I'll just play this here. So playing it here is more centralized to the board, which is better for the defender. And I am the defender. But it means he can move this right once and then stall me out 1 turn as well, which is kind of annoying. Do I really care, actually? I mean, if he attacks me with 1 damage, I kind of just don't care. Okay. See, Mulligan's another informant. Watching, like, the Mulligans matters a lot, I assume, at high levels. What the hell? Point man. +1/+1 for each adjacent cannon. What the fuck? I'm at 15 already. Here's the Winter Wolf we mulliganed before. We need to play a 3-drop to stabilize. What the? You create a Zealot. Give all your Zealot minions. It's a 3/3 on its turn. Minions in the opposing 3 lanes are immobile. Not necessarily useful. Okay, what do I do about the shit on the left side? I mean, they're just gonna blast me, right? Alpha Strike. Strikes deal combat damage before minions without Alpha Strike. So that's like whether you're attacking or defending. Presumably. And this is the 4-drop. This is the big 4-drop that's gonna save me. The 4/5 regen. Winter Wolves are pretty good too. We need to make it that far. So we have 3s here. Press a Clarion as a 2/3. It's just gonna get fucking pummeled. This 3/1 with Alpha Strike's pretty good. And I can kill this guy. I can easily get one of the Swift Wolves out, I think. My power does nothing for the board. It's just damage to face. It's weird playing the defender because every other single fight has been like I'm the aggressor. So Alpha Strike. I mean, I could put this on like the left side. This is just gonna die to this like 4/4. It's gonna do nothing. I can put it here where it can block one of the things, but it's still gonna die to the 3/4. There's no good position for this. There's this 3/4 that I can put to block this 3/4. Because anything I play will just trade very poorly into the 4/4, and I have no cleanup potential either. Is that the only thing I can do? Because every other thing will just lose to this 4/4 really hard and really inefficiently. This is kind of okay. Try this. Well, we're stopping 3 damage. Ow. Ow. Led astray. Shuffle a minion with 4. What the fuck? How are you supposed to win this? Two, 4. Okay. Alright, so we're at 4 mana. We can double play some stuff. I mean, I've got the stun here. I mean, I can just play this large boy. And that technically stops lethal unless he fucking lettuce trays again. He shuffled the other lettuce tray back into his deck. I guess he kind of dodged, he missed his own lethal by doing that. Because he had a second lettuce tray. Swift piercing. Second move action. I mean, I can't go wide. I don't even have enough of the orange gems to play both of these. I have to just play Timberland Troll, right? This is like not even useful. And then I just like move this way. I developed this guy poorly in the first place, I guess. I don't know. I wanted the good trade over there. Okay. Large 4/5 boy. Takes a mulligan. Attacks before mulligans. Nice. What? You just let us trade again? How are we supposed to win? Does he have the same hand every time? Do I need a better hand? If they have that hand every time, I think we're fucked. Okay, I mean, we have a different hand. So I guess they have a different hand too. Was there actually a way to beat that hand to hand? Like, I'm not even joking. Was there a way to win there?
Deploy.
It's just OP. Yes? There was a way to win there? He let us trade me like 3 times. Does it involve my path? What am I missing? I didn't even look at my path. Get the souls, return the bottom minion. I don't know, I guess I can play around the path. So we got cat. I mean, I need to trade with this fucking thing. Occupying minion has +1/+1. It's kind of interesting. Do you develop cat first? He's gonna play another one of these fuckers. It's gonna be a 2/3 into my cat. I don't like that. I kind of want to play Karnhengi first. It's actually a hard discard. What blue do I discard here? Because Ice Spike actually seems kind of valuable. Timberland Troll I'm just not going to need until like too much later, right? I'm going to open Karnhengi first. Who knows? That could easily be dumb.
Enemy sighted.
Bold Omega. Life tap. Breach and power 2/1. Okay, so I can stop the breach. So now we need to develop a unit, which has to be orange. Oh wait, we fucked up. So we can only play Doomcat now, because these both all cost double orange, and we started by discarding a blue. Maybe this hand that was double orange means we had to open by discarding one of these. Because we can't play on curve now, we're forced into playing Doomcat. Enchants its land with the desert unless it's already enchanted. Alright, that's good, it doesn't override this. That would have been awkward. So we're a little off curve here. Oh yeah, I need to discard this first. This is not really defensive. Top card of your deck, if it's a minion, draw it. And it's now a rebel permanently. And the rebel is just this keyword, the tribe at the bottom. 2, 2, 3. Cat. Cat's okay. Okay. So we've got our 3/2 cat out now. Okay, cat's gone. Uh-oh. I guess we could have seen that coming. Maybe we should have ice spiked. These guys are too hard, guys. Where's the concede button in this game? That's a nice fast concede button. I like it. Some concede buttons are a little too slow. I like that I can... It's a 2-hand concede. Nobody looks at the concede buttons. Concede buttons actually matter so much. Because, like, some concedes are just, like, one-handed concedes. Or, like, you have to press, like, an additional button, which is just no good. But the concede button's always here at the same time. So, like, we can concede very quickly, right? So, like, my right hand goes here, while my left hand clicks escape, and we're just out, right? That's a fast concede. There's a lot of concedes in games that are going to be a lot slower. But I can, like... It's a good concede system. Like, I can... When they drop the big one, or, you know, whatever happens, there's a lot of stuff in games that makes you want to concede. It's very quick. It's very immediate. It matters a lot, actually. I'm not even joking.
Elsewhere within
Are you actually losing to the tutorial? Yeah, but because it's OP. Okay.
Do anything. Wait.
Alright, let's go. For real this time. Alright, guys. No fucking around. We're good. We've got these guys. Where's the... Oh, there we go. If it's too hard for you, just play Hearthstone. Okay. So Mulligan's that guy. That's the guy with breach, right?
Deploy.
Pack Trooper. Fucking Pack Trooper, dude. This fucking one drop. Okay, so my only one drop is Dune Cat. He's gonna play a second Pack Trooper into this and just smash my asshole. There's nothing I can really do about that. I'm just gonna get my asshole smashed. Whatever. I mean, I have to play the Dune Cat here. Did I just fuck up? Whoops. How do I fuck that up? I don't know. Okay, guys. Guys, it's the tutorial. It's too hard. Okay, it's okay. We got Ice Spike. I'm good, dude. I'm good. I mean, what if we actually just play Vital Broxa? I mean, I have to develop something, right? I need tempo. I can't just Ice Spike that. I need tempo. If I just play this here... This is actually quite fascinating. Am I supposed to play it here? Because he can't move that to the left without swapping. So if I play it here, he can play another cannon on the left and just blast my asshole. But if I play it here, I can block the 1-2 without giving his 2-3 the ability to attack me, right? Not better. Because this guy, we just have to deal with this guy now. Don't let him get the breach off. And then we'll figure out something with Pack Trooper later. Hope he doesn't draw more. God damn it. Okay, so we just eat that. That's fine. That's fine. We killed the breach guy. We're good. He killed himself, actually. That's interesting. Why would he do that? Okay. Alright. +1/+1 for each adjacent canine minion. Son of the pack. Each adjacent canine minion as well. Got our cat. Alpha strike on the 3-3. We can do the same thing. Force the exchange on the 3-3, which means we can't walk left. If we force the exchange, like, this guy's out of here. 4-2. 4-2 can block in both, right? We would need to discard an orange to play this for the second orange gem, which means we're out of cat. And it only costs 2, which means we're off curve if we discard cat. And the curve is not, you know, the end all. If we discard anything, we can play Daughters of the Forest, but we'd have to play that here. And if he plays another buffer, we're screwed. I don't want to be vulnerable to him playing another buffer. He doesn't have another Pack Trooper, you would have played it, but he could easily have a second Point Man. And then if he plays Point Man here and just attacks into my, like, Daughters of the Forest, that's just such a commitment. I'm kind of screwed if he has a second Point Man no matter what, right? Maybe we just have to assume he doesn't have one. Just play Daughters here. That seems fine, right? It's kind of awkward because I have to play Daughters here so that he can't hit it with this. That means that this can't move. What the? Oh my fucking god. Right? So I couldn't really have blocked with that if I wanted to do the line I did. Which might make it a bad line, maybe. You know, who knows? Okay, okay. Add a 1/1 Parser recruit. Enchant this land with a desert unless it's already enchanted. +1/+1 for each adjacent canine minion. So now we have to go for the Parser Crusader. And we can only do that if we kick our own Dune Cat. But we can at least play a bit better for the curve by Ice Spiking. And I don't mind taking like 1 Ice Spike here. So we discard Dune Cat. And then there's Winter Wolf, which is like a 5/4, which we could also just play. Or we could do like Parser Crusader into Ice Spike. Ice Spike's not really great here. I guess we could just Wolf. I mean, Ice Spike gives us setup. Let's just Wolf here. Okay, it's her, the Flame Spar. Bye, Wolf. 1-3, so it's out of Ice Spike range. Man, I really fucking hate Ice Spike. Serpent's got a great stat line against these. Floats 2 mana. Sons of the Pack isn't really great. Ice Spike isn't really great. Parsec Crusader can be played aggressively, maybe? I mean, I'm stalling enough of him, right? And this is 2 damage while I'm behind the health. I mean, hey, that's right now. So here's the Serpent. If I discard Eager Recruit, no, I can discard anything to curve the mana. I don't know. I kind of don't know if I need Eager Recruit though, because the rest of these might be better. Ancient Canine Minion. Get this. Play the Parsa. I mean, how defensive do I want to be? Because I could move left and defend harder. But I already have a 3-4 there. I mean, I am at 8 health. Health is a resource. You gotta attack at some point, right?
Attack!
Let's try this. Okay, we are at 8. Ow. Deal 2 damage to anyone. Oh, maybe we should have moved left. Uh-oh. It's not fair, guys. These guys are actually just too strong. Okay, wait a second. Okay. So they're at 19. Okay. Alright. So we've got Parsa Clarion. It's not really doing anything. We just need multiple blockers here. Parsa Recruit. Zealot. These are Zealots. Stunned and 2 damage. Stunned and 2 damage. I mean, it deals 2 damage to anyone. That's my face if he wants to. Maybe I need to stun that. Maybe it's too powerful. This 3 mana deal 2 to anything just is too stunnable, I think. So I've got 2 mana to stun that. A total of 6 if I want to. If I discard like the Winter Wolf or the other one. Winter Wolf could be good enough to play. I mean, I need like multiple units. And I can't discard the Winter Wolf. I think I should have done this a while ago. I have to, I need to be defensive now. The Clarion's fine. The thing is, we can't play the last one because we can't discard the Winter Wolf because we've already discarded it.
Glory to Parsa!
And then, I mean, I guess we have to attack with this, right? We can't move it, because if it doesn't attack, it dies. I can't discard the wolf. And discarding this for mana makes no sense either. Okay. This guy has 2-3 on the attack. All we need to do is just kill this.
Deploy!
Oh my god.
Enemy sighted.
Parsa Divinity Cannon. Immobile. Get Lurker until next turn to deal 2 damage to minions in the opposing 3 lanes. Holy shit. And I can't activate that on the first turn, right? That's like, you know, I mean, them's the rules. That's gotta be the rules. There's no way that's not the rules, right? Yeah. Got 1 mana left. We've got some big boys to drop, though. 2 to everything if this stays alive, which is not going to. I mean, this clock on this guy's face is actually pretty spooky, right? I'm probably supposed to just trade like a normal human being. I'm really certain I'm supposed to just trade. So we got Eager Recruit. As a 2-1. If he deals with this somehow, I just want to kill this, I think. I don't know. Both of his units are threats. It's a hard choice between them. I still don't understand exactly how this path works. It could be like playing for souls or something. Pursuit, an ability which applies when you get a second. Oh yeah, you get your pursuit. I see, right. So, academy recruitment, 1 or 1 cadets and 3 friendly adjacent unoccupied lanes. So he cast it on here and he only got 2 of them because he's trolling. Am I understanding that correctly? This guy's BMing me. Okay, wait a second. So we're at 3 health. Okay, we've got this. We're good. Deal 2 to minions in the opposing 3 lanes. So we just fucking smash these guys. Nice. We need to develop some blockers. I mean, this can go face. So we've got 5 mana. Can't play Wolf plus Serpent. Ephemeral Swift Piercing. And Serpent just seems better, right? So I can play Karnhengi now to take this. Because I need to attack or else I die. Because of his ability. Which means if we can keep him alive with Karnhengi, that's fine. If he can banish my guy, I can't let him hit face. So we need to double protect this.
Do we have a mission?
Okay, I mean, we're at 3. What is he actually going to do here? More academies. Okay. Get Lurker until next turn. Can I do this again? Holy shit! And that's an action, so I can't move and then do it. Well, I can't move anyway because I'm immobile. Top cards of your deck. If it's a minion, draw it. That's now a rebel permanently. No movement abilities here.
Hey there.
Parsiclarion. So now my Parsiclarion gains the Zealot tag, which is pretty useless. This thing I can always just blast. You should just blast this like every turn, right? I mean, not literally every turn, but hey, that's pretty good. We used our orange mana here. And both of these I can't discard because both of them I already discarded before. Which means I can't even play the wolf if I want to. I can't play anything. My hand's bricked. So we can use this to deal 2 damage because his health is higher. And we're forced to take a fairly awkward trade. Alright. Okay. Looks like we got this one, boys. It looks like we've managed to beat the tutorial.
Another day.
Volokov veteran. I don't know what it is. I really like the flavor. Just the fucking like zombie werewolf army is really something about it just speaks to me. Blast him up, right? Do we have lethal here? Are we 1 off of lethal? Oh, we've got lethal. Smudge deals 2. We're good, guys. We did it. Easy. So easy. Oh. Not even hard. Avenging Alpha is created with 2 more strength and health if one of your minions dies during your opponent's last turn. Quicksand Hourglass. I don't even care. Okay, guys, the progress continues. Good to see you here, Swim. Myth is a really good game. Yo, what's up, Jeff? Yeah. No, I like unironically. Can I call you Jeff? Everyone just calls you Hoogland. Yeah. No, like really, this game is actually pretty sweet. It actually is. I'm digging it.
Who could do this to their own people?
Vedma witches. The Volkov are bad enough, but they're just the foot soldiers. Dogs, kept on the leash of the Vedma witch brigades.
They do this to all their cities?
Vedma law says that any magic done within their borders belongs to them. And they mean that whoever wields the magic belongs to them, not just the magic. It's a law they seem to enjoy enforcing.
Who was that girl? What did the soldiers want with her?
Her name is Eva. She wasn't even doing anything.
Hold there.
We don't want any trouble. The boy and I were just leaving.
Your magic is apparent to us. State your pantheon and show us your papers. Failure to cooperate will result in a binding ritual.
Don't think we have any papers. And I've spent enough time bound to another's will.